This is a short overview of how to use your shell as a chair of tenure. So you'll be given a tenure file dash, and instead of example, it will be named your probationer. And within that, you'll see the first thing is chair information, and this is unpublished so that just you see it. So you as the chair will be enrolled in this class as an instructor. So you'll have all of the power to do everything. And then your committee members will be added as students into the course, and so they will be able to view but not do. So take a look at the checklist and the support that we have for you. And this is on a page, so you can just scroll through. It tells you kind of what to do. It has help videos along the way. They're very short, 2 minutes or less, on each thing that you need to do. And then down at the bottom, there are all of the videos listed by specifically what they are. And then if you have technical questions with Canvas or documents, please email eLearning. We have some faculty and residents that are going to help with tenure. And then should you have any tenure process questions, you'll want to email the VPI's office because they'll have the answers to those. So then just to go over briefly what the course itself looks like, we have instructions review. This is what all students in the class, so the committee members, will need to take in order to see the rest of the modules, and this just makes sure they understand the way they need to communicate about tenure, as well as that they understand that they cannot download or disseminate any tenure documents from this course. The Board of Trustees module is specifically for the Board of Trustees when they review the course, and you can see it's unpublished, and you really don't have to worry about that at all. eLearning, when we get the notice that it's ready for the board, we will publish that and let them know how to access it and how to use the course. And then when the president's office lets us know that that process is done, we will unpublish it before we hand it back to you and remove all of the Board of Trustees. All right, then moving on, we have the tenure track faculty member information. This is the probationer information. So you can see this is the first time we have a description and instructions, and this is for you as the chair, as well as anyone, to see what needs to be done. And so you'll look at that, and then each one of those has you do something, assign something to someone, and then you'll put the documents that is done directly below that description and instructions. And then you'll see each of these information areas have an FAQ. So there and there. And these are FAQs, not only technical, but also actually mainly about the process. And these are typical questions that the tenure group gets. So feel free to look through those, and we will be adding to those as we get more questions. Then we have the committee information area. This is where you'd put in the names of the people who are on the committee. And then the presentation that was given from the VPI's office, the tenure process calendars. So this is a link to a document that has the overall calendars for each year, and then committee FAQs like I mentioned before. All right, now we're going to get into the meat of it. And this is an example course, so you can use this as a guide as you're creating your own. You can refer to it and see what it kind of should look like. So here we have year one, quarter one, we have the fall 2020. This is a brand new one. And so you'll see the observation, the description and instructions, and directly below that are the actual observations. And so on and so forth. So you know what you need to do within a quarter because you have each of the description and instructions available to you. And then winter or quarter two, and this happens quite often, the quarter is split between 2 different years. So there's 2 things of quarter 2 that are in year 1, and then 3, 4 things that are in quarter 2 for year 2. So The probationer does not need to sign off on quarter two, this first piece, because they will be doing a yearly review, which will include that piece. And then they will do a quarterly review of just these aspects of quarter two in year two. And this is split because of how the board reviews and what they don't. And then similarly, all the way through year three. And at the very bottom, there's an appendix module in case you need to add things to an appendix, but it is empty. And then we have some sample templates. So here's the best practices for online observations, but then we also have some templates that you can use, but you don't need to use. So if you have something that works well, go ahead and keep doing that. But if you are new or if you want something that maybe works a little better, come on down and look for look at some templates, and if one of them speaks to you, go ahead and use them. All right, and then the last thing I'll go over just as a broad overview, there's a more detailed video within the checklist. But under people, we're going to use the groups under here. So we have our example committee here. I'm going to visit the home page, and this is where you can have committee members upload files, and you can use the resources and the tools here to have communication between you all as committee members. And that is a brief overview.